What up? Big Herc 916. Positivity, motivation. Never settle for average. Represent, man, and pick you up a hat at nsfa.co or pick up a t-shirt. I'm gonna be dropping some t-shirts on there and let people know. And hit that like and subscribe button, share the channel. My goal is to take this channel to 250,000 before the end of the year. So share this channel, man. But I was looking at social media and it was on fire because of Candace Owens and Kanye wearing the White Lives Matter t-shirts. Everybody was in an uproar. There's a lot of backlash and what have you, but he got their attention and she got their attention, and now people are talking, man. But I look at the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and it doesn't appear to be any benefits that came from any of that in any of the black communities. You actually have black young men and women who have continued to smash and grab, to steal, to destroy their own communities, and then go out into other communities and destroy and loot. And in some instances, people say, well, it's reparations, it's justified. And how ignorant is that? I didn't see any news coverage of any community centers, any learning centers, any vocational programs being implemented. Nothing, man. All I seen was a path to go commit crime, to make people feel like, oh, you guys can actually, act a fool, be ignorant, and get away with it, and we're gonna let you, turn the eye, let you guys go ahead and do that. So psychologically, you programmed a bunch of young people to think that committing crime is cool. And then you gave out a bunch of free money to get some votes. So now, to ensure future election positions, these people think that because you let them out of jail, because you didn't arrest them, because you gave them some money, that they owe you their allegiance. You don't see the big game plan there? I see a cold game, man. I see what they were up to. They played these cats. They tricked them. See, they're playing a whole nother elevated version of chess that's beyond what most people in the urban communities are used to, in the hoods. They're convinced, a lot of these guys, that we'll let you out. These having guns, shooting at people. It's not anything to worry about. But you got to remember, you got to reelect us, keep us in office. But what you're doing is creating another generation of people who are going to go further down the economic black hole, because now their kids are being brought up with a mentality that's been pushed or accepted by their parents, that is that continues. See, all this ties into a two, three generation plan. See, the black communities that were making progress prior to the BLM, man, they took probably a 20-year setback. A 20-year setback. It's no different than when blacks were making very, very, very big progress with Black Wall Street, and the farmers came through there and bombed their shit. The racist people came through there and bombed their shit and basically destroyed the economic the economic foundation that these people had worked for years, and they had to rebuild, and they hoped that would break their spirit, break their drive. But see, it was whites back then, but it's blacks on blacks right now. Yeah, oh, you see some instances, oh yeah, this guy over here, oh, he must be a racist. But when you look at it, blacks have so much potential, and they use you for everything. They use you to promote unhealthy lifestyle. They use you to promote unwed families. They use you to promote sports. They use you to promote entertainment. They use you to push a musical narrative. They use you to endorse dysfunctional behavior. They use you to destroy the father figures by having a guy on there who has 5, 6 baby mamas, and they make it seem like that guy's winning. He has a chain on, he's got probably a record deal, and he's like, oh, I'm not done. See, you see what they do, man, and you don't get it. You still think that it's all right. You know, the trade-off with the bag, it's okay. It don't matter if the people who you have impacted, because you do have a powerful voice, they've went out and basically put themselves in situations because they've bought into what you've narrated. You don't hold any responsibility for that. You don't have any. And one of the statistics that blew me away was, you know, when they said 20 million black babies have been aborted. Now, nobody really says anything because they're like, well, you know, the women's right. Okay, yeah, that's your right. But what about if we pushed a more responsible narrative with our women? My mom had me at 14, man. She didn't abort me. She had me, man. I could have been one of them. I would have never been here if she would have done that. She had me at 14. Back then, it was very taboo. You know, the community didn't talk about it. It was a secret thing. My mom had me young. I remember her graduating high school. I was 4 years old, man. She didn't abort me. Never met my dad. Still haven't met him. But I had a loving grandmother, loving grandfather, and I had people around me who cared. And I still made mistakes. I still made mistakes because I was trying to figure out my way and how to become a man. Grandpa didn't really, you know, talk too much because he never had a father figure. His grandmother raised him. And you see the cycle, you know what I mean? His grandmother raised him. My grandmother, you know, and my mom raised me, you know, but I didn't still have no strong male father figures, man. So do you not see the big picture, man? And the fact that when we talk about our culture and our influence, if we flip the script, man, they know that it would be unstoppable. So they have to curtail that and put the right people in position with the right bag so that they can maintain that, because all those youngsters, 14, 15, those kids who were out here committing crime or running the streets, if they were focused, if they were in school, if they were practicing their writing, their reading skills, you know that these kids, man, could take over the world? Do you know that they can change their communities and become maybe the next Elon Musk? Who knows what they could become? The next Bob Johnson, the next Benjamin Banneker. I mean, they could become, who knows, man, as far as the potential. But a lot of those potentials aren't realized because they get to jail and then they start reading, and a lot of these dudes become very intelligent in prison. But they're doing 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, 2 lives. You know what I mean? They've done things, and then you don't realize until you're in your 30s and 40s and your 50s, like, man, all that's gone. I've seen a lot of dudes in there coming, man, these guys, I see them in their later years, they've been down 40 years. See, you don't see those 40 years, you just see the guy now. But those young people who bought into this stuff, 40, 50 years, they're sitting in prison now, and they're thinking back, man, that, wow, how'd I get caught up in that? But that's the big plan, man. That's what the BLM, it hasn't stopped. And it wasn't no great benefit from it. Nobody talked about cleaning up any of our own backyard with our love for each other. You know, everybody's talking about, oh man, you know, the criminal system. Look, man, how about staying out of the criminal system? How about us focusing on creating communities where we have trades and we have businesses, and then we don't have to worry about these people. You can do what you want to do. You know, create wealth internally, and you don't have to worry about them because you have your own. I mean, you talk about like this oppression, but at the same time, we oppress ourselves, man. We prey on each other, man. We can't even give each other any type of accolades without beating each other up. I look on the internet, where's all the valedictorians, the kids who have achieved high level of success, and we see all them. Why aren't we praising them? Why aren't they paraded? Why don't we see the guys who won the science awards? You know, the kids who accomplished, you know, a 4.5, where are they at? But nah, we see the ones who are thugging it out, and that's what is endorsed, and that's what's considered the cool ones. But ain't nobody talking about that, man. This shit is all a smokescreen, man. And if you don't see past it, you don't see how they basically tricked you into doing the work for them. And I'm not saying racism don't exist. I've seen some cold racist cats, man. And the way that they assert that is through economic oppression. But if you don't see how they flipped it now and got you doing their work, and all they sit back do is laugh, man, they know, man, that we ain't got to do a whole lot. We smile, we put a couple of them in front, man, and they're going to wipe each other out. We give them some drugs, we give them some drink, we give them some pills, we give them some guns. They're going to take care of themselves. We don't even have to do nothing. That's why they get like, damn, you know, police, why'd you go do that? They were going to do it to themselves. The one guy, he you know, nobody, you know, yeah, the police shot him, but you come to find out that he had raped some girl, you know? So he needed to be dealt with anyways. So the family was like, he did us a favor. A lot of these people, man, you come to find out, well, damn, that dude, he got messed up by this. That dude was a cold urban terrorist. He had shot 4 or 5 people. If you knew that what came to light, and the thing is, yeah, you don't hear about that till later on, but and I'm not saying it justifies the action, but at the same time, man, we are not checking each other and holding each other accountable. Everybody wants to continue to be a victim. Where's accountability, man? Why can't we say, you know what, let's own this shit and get our money and do it the right way, man? Why can't we own this shit, man? It's disgusting, man, how they exploit the black race, man. And like I said, it doesn't matter what agenda, whether it's, you know, a sexual agenda, a health agenda, a musical agenda. The black man, if you notice, they always put him on the front. You know, you notice, man, it went from, you know, they used to have like Lil Nas X doing all this crazy stuff, and then it went from him to Lizzo, and then it went from Lizzo to, you know, some of the BLM, and then back to now they got, they're using, you know, some of the NBA players to promote other stuff with their kids. And it's like, dude, why is it always all these black people? Why is it? I don't understand. Why is it the black guy in the front? Why are they the face of it? Because they know it's powerful, man. It's powerful. Have a little Nas X twerk in front of, you know, the devil and shaking his ass. Lizzo playing the flute up there, you know, look like she about to, you know, have a heart attack, but she's doing it, and everybody's like, yeah. And then you got all these other women who are doing it. And like I said, I'm not fat shaming. I'm just saying it's not healthy, man. And you know it's not healthy, because I've seen too many people have heart attacks and have health issues because they don't take care of their weight. You ain't got to be ripped up, but you got to take care of your body. And then the stuff with the kids now, you know, I understand that people have, you know, certain hormonal things going on. But kids, man, when you get older, you go through a phase, man. I remember I knew girls that were tomboys, but it didn't mean that they wanted to change their sex. But nobody talks about that either, man. And if you say something about it, you're out of pocket. But I'm just wondering, like, what happened in the last 20 years? When you used to push that in other places, it was considered child pornography. You'd go to jail for that. If you push that, if you try to show that certain stuff like that or expose yourself, man, that's jail time, and that's a beating in jail. Why are they using black people to do that? Why are they using black people to promote that? Like it's cool. If you're an adult, man, adult stuff is for adult people, man. But you cannot make a conscious choice at 12, 13, 14, 15. I was still making dumb choices at 24. Black people, I'm telling you, man, the accountability and how they use and manipulate you for the agenda, man, I'm telling you, man. And, I guess the trade-off with the bag outweighs a lot of this stuff, man. I guess, that's part of they call selling your soul, man. Just get the bag, who cares? I'm in a mansion, you're not. I'm balling, you're not, I'm on TV, everybody knows me, and I'm a part of a group that's influenced, and able to do what they do, and it is what it is. My thing is, man, protect the kids, man, and build a brighter future. You don't have to, bully anybody, and I never said anything about that. I'm saying give people a chance to be themselves, and at the same time, take some accountability and look at the big picture. We need more conversation. That White Lives Matter shirt had everybody talking now, but still, people say, well, the oppression we've dealt with, blah, 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 blah. Man, there's also opportunities we've dealt with. And you have to try. You can't tell me you can't try. A lot of you guys have made it out. You got to try, man. Big Herc 916. Stop walking around with a crusty butt, smelly ball sack, and a funky hoo-ha. Big Herc said, wash that ass. Pick you up a t-shirt at freshoutseries.com. Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at freshoutseries.com. Hello, I'm Big Herc 916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.